Hello, welcome to Points of Interest. I'm one of your hosts, Jake, along with my co-host, James, over here.
Hey, guys.
If you're new to the show, each week we come to you with topics from around the internet. So that could be games, sports, tech news. Well, that's pretty much what it could be. Funny stories if we're out of stories to talk about.
Right.
You can get it on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher for the audio versions, and for the video versions, you can get them on YouTube and VidMe. If you follow us,
Good job.
If you follow us on Twitter at IR Games, you'll stay up to date on the latest stuff that we're doing. We tweet out all the links. And you can just follow us from there.
It's important to celebrate.
If you're following us and don't know where to find our things, you're not trying hard enough.
I'll say if you're listening here, you probably figured out where to follow us.
That's
but,
true.
You know,
it's true.
So what we got today? What are we starting with?
Starting with article on GameSpot: more Call of Duty World War II leaks.
Woo!
Kind of poking through the website today, I saw from yesterday an article that was like leaks. From 2 days ago, one said confirm, or one said. Another story, and then from 3 days ago there was one new Call of Duty confirmed. I'm like, you guys are going a little bit out of order. I think
they released.
I did not read them all.
Like they had some like teaser images, which basically confirmed what we had seen in the very first leak.
Yeah,
and that came out over the weekend, and they announced it. They announced that they were going to do a live stream.
Yes,
and then we thought, cool, that's all we're going to get until the 26th. And they said, oh no, we're going to accidentally leak marketing materials which show our release date.
Weird enough. So speaking of release date, materials show a Friday, November 3rd release date. Latest entries in the series have been released on Fridays instead of Tuesdays. I think that hits the bro shooter market.
It's more of a global, so you can launch everybody on the same day. A lot of times European releases are on Fridays and American releases are on Tuesdays. So this is, since it's one of those like online server focused games, it's important, I think, to everyone starts on the same day.
Everyone starts the same day, and if you live in America, you get the weekend, and well, I guess anywhere you
still
live,
have weekends in Europe.
Well, I mean, usually like when games launch on Tuesday, it's kind of like, okay, if it's a game I'm really excited about, I take off work the next day, or I just deal and play at night. When a game releases on Friday, it's like, cool, I pick it up away from home from work because I still live in the Stone Ages where I play physical games, and I go home and I plug it into my system, and then I just play it all weekend straight through till Monday. So it's kind of nice having Friday releases.
It is. I like Friday releases. It gives you something to look forward to at the end of the week. To leak forward to. Yes.
All right.
I do like Fridays. I think
in the article, quote, land in Normandy's D-Day and battle across Europe through iconic locations in history's most monumental war, reads a line from the game description according to Charlie Intel. Sorry about that. Experience classic Call of Duty combat, the bonds of camaraderie, and the unforgiving nature of war against a global power throwing the world into tyranny, end quote.
Boom. Sounds like World War II.
Yes, that sounds like World War II. Hope it's good. Last World War II game, well, maybe not the last one I played. The most memorable one I have is Medal of Honor Frontline. Wow.
That's a bit.
It's been a minute.
They had World at War, which I
didn't play.
I think that was World War I want to say.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that.
Not sure. Yeah, I
shouldn't quote us on anything, really.
No, don't.
I don't know where you're at that you're quoting things from us, but just stop.
Yeah, I heard these two guys on the internet say, this, that, and whatever. So
it sounds
Call
like
of Duty World War III confirmed. Sorry, what?
Yeah, I'm interested in it. I think we've played World War II a lot in terms of the U.S. side of things, so I would be interested to see it more from not necessarily Axis powers, but the good guys, Yeah. Let's see it from the Allied side, but like, let's take home a Europe guy. And they mentioned in another article I was reading, they actually went to Europe to get some intel on the battles and to get stuff that was going on over there in order to put it into the game. So it would be interesting if it was a different campaign, not just focused on an American. Not that I don't like focusing on America, because America's the best.
True.
But it would be cool to experience history from another side of things.
I agree.
Especially since they're probably going to be making up some stuff.
That's true. It's like some artistic or creative liberties.
Original story.
Based on an original story.
Right.
If you put based on, you can really put whatever, because
can.
One piece of it was from an original story. But one thing different about this in the leak that I'm kind of excited for is apparently we'll have a co-op campaign.
Yeah.
So for people like us, that's exciting, because if any games that we can play together, we do play together.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of whether or not we're making content. It's been that way for almost 7 years now.
Yeah, I mean, co-op multiplayer is one thing, and I think you can't have a Call of Duty game without split screen anymore.
Yeah, that's what people do.
Which is great. It's awesome, and you would have like zombies or Spec Ops or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But the idea of having like the full campaign, like that'd be pretty cool. Like, and then is it just split screen, or is it just online, or is it both? Like, what's the, we don't really know yet, and I'm sure they'll tell us all about it next week or in a couple days. Actually, yesterday. You guys it will already have happened by the time this comes out.
Will it?
It's the 26th. April 26th is the live stream.
Oh.
And that's Wednesday. So today is
shoot, son.
Thursday.
If you were watching it yesterday, we might not have been. Let us know.
It's true.
Put in the comments below what you know and what we don't.
Yeah.
All in all, I mean, there's not a ton of information here. I just think it was kind of exciting to just pull it up and see, like, oh, cool. Next Call of Duty won't be the future thing that we've been doing for several years now.
Yeah.
Get back to a little bit old school war. The first Call of Duty game we really dug into was Black Ops back in the day.
Yep, midnight launch.
Midnight launch, we came up and then we planned all of our homework out for the week. On Monday, we sat down and just did all of our homework for the whole week. And then for the rest of the afternoons in college, we just played Call of Duty for hours.
We usually finished our classes would be done at 2, and we'd spend 2 until 5:30 with homework, and then we would go eat, and then we were done for the day. That was it. That was all we had to do. Sometimes we'd pick up an assignment or two there at the end, but then 8 o'clock until 2 a.m. Call of Duty.
1:30. We were responsible.
That's true, because then we had to watch How I Met Your Mother after that.
Exactly. It was from midnight until, on Mondays, it was from 6 o'clock till midnight we're playing Call of Duty, and then from midnight to about 1:30 we're watching How I Met Your Mother.
Yep.
And then we sleep for a few hours and get up for class because we're responsible college students like the rest.
Right.
But all in all,
we went to class. That's important.
We did go to class. It's important. Go to class. If you go to class, you'll probably pass. Spoiler alert.
Preach.
But that's pretty much all we know. Exciting to see it come out. Looking forward to hearing more about it yesterday.
To be fair, by the time this comes out, we probably still won't have a chance to read up the news yet.
Probably not.
So we will be catching up on it. But I am excited. I like being able to go back to that. I think when a lot of the World War II games were coming out, I wasn't really playing first-person shooters with as regularity as I do now, or at least as I did a couple years ago. So everything was starting to move towards modern warfare, and even Black Ops was in the 80s, during not necessarily 80s, maybe 70s. It's Vietnam era.
Yeah.
But that still wasn't anything like World War II. So I'm kind of excited to have a modern, next gen game. I guess it's current gen now, but
yeah.
Running I can't wait to do Normandy. That's always been one of the cool things in video gaming, to be able to go in and experience that. It feels weird to call that part of things cool, but you get what I mean. It's very interesting.
It's cool in the video game because it's just okay, you get to pull up on the boat, and hop out, and go to the shore and do the whole advancing on the beach.
There's entire games the old beachhead games where you were just defending a beachhead. It was based on that stuff. It was real basic PC game. So that's always been a big thing. So I'm excited for this huge bombastic Call of Duty campaign in that setting. I think that'll be really cool.
I like it.
It's gonna be gorgeous.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break. So you'll see a cut in the video. Audio listeners probably will hear nothing different.
That's true.
But we got to take care of a few things. We'll be back with the next topic.
Yeah.
Boom! We're back.
Whoa, that was fast. It felt like we weren't even gone.
It's like a flash through time.
Boop, 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 boop.
Who even knew?
We weren't. All right, what do we got next?
You didn't mark it in time.
No, it's okay. I was paying
attention.
Oh, yeah. I memorize numbers. You're good. That's what I'm here for.
It's all good. All right, next. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe releases this week. Would have been on Tuesday.
Yep. So it is. No, it's coming out Friday.
So it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. It comes out the 28th, 27th.
Thinking in days, it's not actually B.
Yeah, it's coming out 28th.
There we go.
All right. Mario Kart.
You did the lookups on this one.
I did do this. I'm really excited because it's Mario Kart. Everyone loves Mario Kart.
Who doesn't love Mario Kart?
Everybody loves Mario Kart. It's the best Mario Kart ever. You got Mario Karts? I got better Mario Karts.
It's huge.
So it's the deluxe version. What's the difference, James? I don't understand.
Well, this one says deluxe.
Yeah, exactly.
And all right, moving on to the next topic.
So it's got 1080p all the way through, which if you're not, come on, get out of the game. Especially because it's the same game again.
Hold up. Can't the switch screen not actually do 1080?
Oh, I don't know on the handheld, but
I don't think it does.
It's
I'll
1080p.
look it up. It's 1080p on your television.
On your television, which is where you should be playing it. If you want to play it on your Switch, great. But just a heads up. 42 different racers, all but one are unlocked right at the start.
Ooh,
you don't have to jump through a bunch of hoops in order to unlock them. I know it's not. Sometimes it's a big problem for people. Sometimes it's not. Like Smash Brothers was always really bad at unlocking characters. Like you just had to do, you
it's
had to
like
beat every character with every character in every game and do it upside down and cross your eyes and dot your forehead and all that stuff. And so like
looks like the Switch touchpad does not indeed do 1080.
Okay, which is not overly surprising.
No,
I think that's like
small.
You don't really need 1080p on the screen that small though. You could get away with 900 or even 720.
I need the pixel density, James.
Yeah, even though you can't see it, I totally need it. So 42 different racers. In past Mario games, they've had like ridiculous unlock scenarios, right? I think of Mario Kart Wii because that's what my in-laws have, and he's got every character unlocked. But he's also got gold medals on all the engines, on all the tracks, and all the mirrors, right? Because you had to get the mirrors for some of the characters.
It's also the only game he plays.
True, but he did it.
But yeah,
he had them all.
Yeah,
and so it's interesting when you don't log into his profile, you accidentally log into someone else's, and like Rosalina's not there, and there's like a nice row of characters that's not there, and you're like, what do I have to do? Like, oh, play this game for like 1,000 hours. It's ridiculous.
Put more time into this game than you've done in anything in your life.
While it is cool to have unlockable characters, I think the bar that they set in Mario games in general is just a little high. So it is cool that all but one are coming. The one that doesn't come with it is Gold Mario, and simply you get it by Gold Star on all 200cc races. Very straightforward, not easy.
I'm into it, yeah.
But straightforward.
Just hard enough to be like a challenge, but
yeah,
not so ridiculous that you have to spend 10,000 hours.
Yep. One thing that was missing from the Wii U version, they have full, complete battle mode.
Yay.
So I guess they just had like small features of it. This one, they've got the balloons, which everyone knows and loves.
Yeah.
Balloons are great. They're awesome. They've got some super unique ones. One of them was, I think it's called Light Thief, but basically you have this star that's on you, and when you get bumped, it transfers to somebody else, and you have to hold on to it for 20 seconds.
King of the Hill.
Get a point. It's basically King of the Hill.
Okay.
Yeah. They had another.
It has other names, but we won't say those.
They have a lot of different pickups than I'm used to, and this was in the Wii U version as well. But they have you can carry, this one might be new, but you can carry 2 power-ups at once.
Ooh.
Right, so there's like a primary one and then like a secondary one. So you pick up the next one that comes in.
Oh,
that's interesting. There's one power up.
If you're holding on to something you don't want to shoot.
It's the flowers that come up and out of the pipes. Yeah. I can't remember what they're called. So it like the power up like puts it in front of you, and then as you're driving, he just reaches out and like eats people as you go by. Yeah, it's pretty cool. There was one. It was like a super horn, and so you grab out and you push this button, and then like it just blasts everybody around you, like stuns them. Like this big. It's like an area.
Dude.
Attack. And so it has all like the original ones that we know. It had a banana boomerang, so it threw it out in front of you and then it came back to you, and so you could throw it past a guy and then hit him in the face.
Oh dude.
Yeah, it looks pretty creative. I mean, obviously you have the glider that you had before, you've got the tracks that go reverse, you got some underwater stuff. Like it's really packed in there.
Yeah.
And so some of the characters that they're adding 6 new characters, 5 of them exclusive to the Switch. They've got the boy and girl from Splatoon are in the game as racers. You've got King Boo is back, Bowser Jr. is back, and I should have gone and looked at this real quick. I know which one I'm thinking of. I know Link is in there. Link is in there as well, so that's pretty exciting.
My favorite.
So I think it'll be fun. I agree. My question comes down to, so there are 48 racetracks from the beginning, unlocked, end of discussion. Right? You got your new battle modes. You've got 8 different tracks, / arenas for battle mode. One of them is one of the arenas from Splatoon, which I thought that was really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's kind of I'm guessing it's got to be a little bit different because Splatoon was not made to drive around with cars, but it's definitely, you can see like the paint splotches and things like that.
Yeah.
So it looks super interesting, and it's all DLC that was in the game before is included now. I didn't realize that Mario Kart had DLC. Maybe that's just because it makes sense, but you just don't really think about it. So I think they'll still have skins. The 42 different racers does include different skins of characters. I saw some footage of Mario going around in his squirrel suit.
The Tanuki suit?
Yeah. That one. So I think it'll be awesome. So my question here to you, is this game alone? Is this a system seller?
Absolutely not.
You don't think so?
Not a system seller.
Now for you, or just in general?
In general, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
As like a family who's looking to be like, we kind of want to, we want to play games with the kids every now and then. Yeah. I think this would be a good game to get. The Switch isn't that expensive. And so you're in what, $360.
Yeah.
And cool. You're in you guys got a game that you can play quite a bit. Everyone can play. You can have little competitions in your house. As me, who are considered a pretty far into the hardcore gamer side of things, Mario Kart does not sell a system for me.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna play Mario Kart for several hours by myself, several hours with you.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like, yeah, I'm not like rushing home to play Mario Kart. I rush home to play like Zelda.
Yeah.
Like Zelda's why I want this system right now.
True.
And so for me, it's like, yeah, I'll get a Switch, I'll buy Zelda, and I'll probably buy Mario Kart with it. And that's probably that's pretty much it.
I mean, that's it that you have right now.
That's what I have.
Well, what about Nintendo 1-2 Switch?
Zing! Don't really have that many parties at my house. If it just came on the system like you think it might, or whatever.
Like Nintendo Land did.
Yeah.
Which was okay.
Yeah, say, or Wii Sports or anything. But back to the subject at hand. Is a system seller for you?
Honestly, I might say yes. I've never gotten the chance to own a Mario Kart game, and it was just like everywhere you went that other people had video games, they had Mario Kart, right? You could just always count on it because back then everyone had a Nintendo, right? Yep. So no one could afford a Sega. Nobody wanted a Sega anymore.
Why would you want a Sega?
They were already like past the point of people wanting it. It was either the Nintendo 64 or the Dreamcast, which was terrible. That controller just gives me nightmares.
That's like that controller's gone down in history as like one of the better controllers ever.
Yeah, but
so you know,
it just did not work for me. Now I did not like the Nintendo 64 controller either because just why?
It's just such a like. How do you?
I don't understand. Why do you do these things to me, Nintendo? I think it would be a system seller because far and away any video game memory I have away from my house when I was growing up involved Mario Kart. Right, so carnival at church, right? Instead of going to Halloween, because I was in that kind of church. It was
trunk or treat.
It was Mario Kart, yeah, exactly. But it was like an indoor like carnival. Like it was fun.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. You dressed up as Bible characters.
Oh yeah.
I was
same thing. I went to
I dressed as like an old king one. King once. I don't remember his name. It wasn't like a bad king, but he's decent. I think it was King Solomon actually.
Yeah.
But I didn't get like all the wives with it.
I was like, dang, dude, you messed up. You could have just been like all the girls from school, like, yo, you want to come with me to Halloween party?
And so, but every time we had like any event at the church that involved youth, there was always a room or a section that had Mario Kart on the biggest wall in the church, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you did. You had 4-player Mario Kart and you'd rotate in there. And it was just like a rush. And it was the greatest thing ever. And everywhere I went that had video games, there was Mario Kart in some fashion, where it was Super Nintendo or whether it was Wii or whether it was Nintendo 64 or the original Nintendo, like any of those things. It had it. And so it's like I've never just had it in my house to be able to play whenever I want. And this is like the best version of it.
Yeah.
48 different tracks. 48 tracks.
Yes.
I do have a Game Boy Advance version of it, which I don't have a backlit Game Boy Advance. So it's kind of like not having a Game Boy.
Yeah, it's true. You play it in the sunlight. You're like tilting it towards the window like, oh, crap.
I use the reflection of my monitors upstairs.
Yeah.
That's what I'll use.
I have a clamshell like Pelican case on top of it. That beams the light down.
I have one as well, and I turned it on, and it's like it actually. I think it got darker. Like it wasn't turned on before. It's been 15 years since I used it, so it's like could go in and replace the diode. Maybe that's like you can't really go find like the clamshell ones. I mean, you probably could.
To be fair, you could probably just get like a book light.
Yeah, I've seen
and
them.
light it up.
They're there.
The old worm light, remember those?
Oh yeah.
You plug in and just like run it around however you wanted to.
So I thought about it. I played a little bit with it, and it was fun. And so I long to have that on my big TV whenever I want. And so for me, I think I could justify getting this and the Switch. I would also get Zelda. Because if I'm going to get the Switch, I might as well get Zelda. Yeah. So I'd have two things. But
I would get Zelda and you wouldn't see me for several weeks.
Right, exactly.
Actually, you would. I would just be sitting on your couch with my Switch playing Zelda. You're like, hey, Jake, we do Let's Plays. I'm like,
okay, you play.
Yeah. Let's play Zelda on the couch right now. But I've had Mario Kart for my Super Nintendo for a long time.
Yeah.
And so 48 tracks sounds amazing because on the Super Nintendo, I think you can count them on one hand. No, there's several, but it's just kind of like
I think there was 16. There's 4 different cups.
You don't unlock anything. You play the game.
Yep.
And you can go at different speeds. How hard do you want this game to be? You just like 50, 100, or 50, 100, and 150. Mm-hmm. You're like, okay, I will stay away from that 150 because it gives me nothing. No satisfaction.
This one's got a 200cc, so it's got like that fourth category.
Yeah,
of like, hey, you stupid, bro.
But it's got like real responsive controls, and not the Super Nintendo. Yeah. That's however many 20 some odd years old now.
Yeah, turning with your whole body.
Like,
yeah, I'm
excited. I think it will be fun.
Yeah, it may be. It'll be a conversation with because my wife loves Mario Kart as well. So that could easily be something that's like every night put the kid to bed, boom, Mario Kart 3 hours, done. That's our evenings for the next month and a half.
Except for you got to block out Mondays and Tuesdays.
I don't understand why.
Because I'm not going to start making content at midnight. That's why. I'll come to your house and we'll make content regardless of whether or not you guys are playing. I'll shut it off.
Oh yeah. So that's the good stuff about Mario Kart 8. I thought it was going to be later in the summer. I couldn't find an article going back to when they initially talked about the launch of it. It seems like it's coming earlier than we expected, which is great news because it needs to come out. They need to be able to sell units with it. I can't find a Switch in store. Not that I would buy it, but I check every time I go into a store that would have a Switch. I still can't find any. It's stupid. Stupid. It shouldn't be happening. Find me a Switch. Internet.
I'm curious. Hang on. I'm going to check something.
Oh, you're going to see if it's on like Amazon or something silly?
I know some people, like, the day it came out, we're getting it on Amazon now.
Right.
So you could just buy it and only 4 left in stock. If you want to get it for almost $700 with 32 gigabyte console.
Third party?
It's by Nintendo. It's Prime. Why is it...
So they don't have anything.
$600 and some odd dollars. Includes Switch console, Switch dock, Joy-Con left, Joy-Con right, 2 Joy-Con strap accessories, 1 Joy-Con grip, AC adapter, 64 gigabyte SD card. That's part of it.
Ooh,
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Special Edition. Enhanced Joy-Con.
So that bundle is $655. Doesn't even come with a Pro controller. What you're telling me?
Yeah.
What about this one? Go to this one. That looks the regular like box item. This is important, guys.
We promise. Switch. Available from these
What about
sellers.
the neon red and blue?
Hang on, let me go back. This is really important.
It is, guys. It is.
Conversational podcast. If you didn't want the podcast to be like this, I suggest you find a different one. Sorry about it.
I mean, if they're going to start selling this game, they need to have more consoles available, right? Like that's...
Boy, that'd be weird if they'd been doing this forever.
Oh. So what you're saying is eBay is probably going to be like the option here.
I mean, at that point, you're going to pay just as much as you would for that other console.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Like, no one's selling this for cheap.
It's just stupid and annoying and frustrating.
In 2017, boy, if you want to hear how we feel about Nintendo's marketing strategies, go listen to last week's podcast.
Yeah, we're not going
to. I can sum it up for you.
Jump into that again.
Stupid.
Yeah.
100% no excuse. Stupid.
Yeah, if you want to push people to your console, it looks like you could do like buy it now for like $400. So just like a little bit of price gouging. Everyone's okay with a little bit of price gouging every now and then, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll still just look for...
Yeah.
I'll keep looking in stores. I'll buy one when I get the money.
Yep, that's kind of where it comes down to.
It'll eventually stop being a
collector's
rare
item.
commodity. Yeah. Crap. How'd you get a Switch? Oh, I saw this guy behind the Kmart. He was holding it in his jacket.
Yeah, he was selling that and watermelons, and he was all out of watermelons. So he switched it up.
Well, I wanted a watermelon, so I guess I'll just get a Switch.
Yeah, might as well. Nice console. Nope. Console?
It's a console.
No, what's the...
Consolation?
That's the one.
Consolation?
Nice consolation console. All right, so one weird thing about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's the wireless play, right? So when you're playing between...
How you hold your controller.
Close. When you're playing between like 2 Switch consoles, right? So you're playing against each other. You can, it's in 2-player split screen wireless play mode. So I guess it's just when it's out of the dock, maybe not connecting with another one. The option is either for each of you to use a Joy-Con or for each of you to use a Pro controller. You can't combine them and use a dual one. And you can't have like one person use a single Joy-Con and one person use a Pro. It's a weird thing, and I from what I'm reading in the article, that's what it says, and it's...
I mean, that looks like a screenshot right there of like, this game uses a single Joy-Con or a Pro controller. I'm like, what does combining 2 Joy-Cons together make?
Apparently it doesn't let you do that.
Like
it shows that option like crossed out if you go look at the icon. So This is a console that was literally predicated on the fact that you can pick up and play, and there are like multiple control options. Why?
I mean, there's still technically multiple control options.
Why do this though? Right?
I know,
because you're basically forcing you. It's like, oh man, if you didn't buy enough Joy-Cons, well, you bought a Pro controller, right? Oh, that didn't come bundled with.
Right, and it's like $80.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo makes high quality controllers.
I mean, the Joy-Con makes sense for $80 because it's 2 controllers in one.
It's 2 wireless controllers.
I think the Pro controller is $60 still. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
But it's a weird.
I know the average person is not going out to buy a Pro controller. You and I are the kind of people that buy a Pro controller because we're used to holding controllers.
You almost have to for something like Zelda.
Yeah. I know a lot of guys that like will sit there and play Zelda with just the broken.
It's just cool to be able to have that
just sit
option.
there like however your hands want to lay and just play.
I like that option.
Super cool.
That would be. It would take some getting used to, but I would definitely be down with that. So it's just a weird restriction for their. Maybe they will clarify it in the days to come, and we'll be okay. But it's weird restriction for a very specific scenario. Yeah. Maybe it's a technical limitation.
Yeah, well, part of the plug is they say up
wireless.
to 8 controllers can be connected to the Nintendo Switch console according to the controller pairing FAQ. However, the maximum number of controllers that can be connected will vary depending on the type of controllers and the features that are used. So it kind of sounds like you connect 8 Joy-Con pieces or 8 Pro controllers.
Yeah, which it seems like you're kind of locked in. Like if one person using a Joy-Con, everyone has to use a Joy-Con. Or maybe it's just everyone on that console has to use a Joy-Con, and if you're playing with someone else, then they can use Pro controllers or something. I don't know. It's just... It
puts a lot of onus on the one that's hosting the aforementioned Mario Kart party.
You kind of end up having to have more Joy-Cons. So it kind of seems beneficial to have extra Joy-Cons as opposed to extra Pro controllers.
Yeah, it'd be way easier to like hand out Joy-Cons than hand out Pro controllers.
It'd also be way easier to lose them, I feel like.
Yeah, it's true.
Like you accidentally put it in your pocket when you're going to the bathroom or something, and then you just forget that it's there, or it falls out. Or
you gotta put like an RFID tag on it, and you like mark them all. Be like, I'm gonna
everybody check it in.
Scan it with my phone. Put your name in. When I get it back, I'll scan it again, and I know that
check in and out system.
If at the end of the night I don't have that controller, I'm calling you.
I'm coming after you.
It's serious about controllers.
It's weird. I don't know. Maybe somebody that has a little bit more knowledge with the Switch would be like, yeah, it's like that with all games. That makes sense or something. But
what other games do you pair make
if multiple outlets are making articles on it, I feel like it's kind of a abnormality.
I think the only other game that has, excuse me, sorry guys, like multiple controllers involved would be Super Bomberman.
Yeah, that's true.
I still think that's probably just. It might be more than 4.
I suppose as more games come out, we may see the issue come up more or less, depending on if it's really an issue. I don't know.
Yeah.
So just
I doubt they'll change
interesting
it
note. Yeah, I'm sure that however it is designed how it's designed, and that's going to be it. So just something to note. If you guys have a Switch and have any feedback on stuff like the Joy-Cons or anything like that, let us know in the comments.
If you have 3 Switches and want to send us 2 of them, DM us.
Or 1, and we'll have a fight to the death. We'll put it on YouTube as well. Actually, that one might have to go on live.
I'll probably win. I own guns.
That's probably true. No, he does own guns. It's not. Yes, it's probably
true.
Yes, I would most definitely lose, especially if you're going to bring a gun to a Switch fight.
True.
All right, what's
I'll
next?
Just shoot the Switch and be like, we can't let this come between our friendship.
No, you wouldn't. That's stupid. You'd pretend to shoot the Switch.
I'd take it out of the box and shoot the box. Then we'd hug it out, and I'd go home and play Zelda.
I'd be like, Dick, where you been for 6 days? His beard is just like unkempt and just like growing out in strands. His cat's dead because the cat hasn't eaten in a week because
my wife's not paying attention either.
His wife disappeared completely. All right, what you got?
I can afford to lose the cat. The drop!
I thought you were going to say your wife.
No. I can afford to lose one of those 2 things. The wife is not one of them.
That's fair. All right, drop time.
The drop.
The drippy drop
The drop
time.
actually comes out on Monday for games that release on Tuesday.
That's true.
How about that? Here I was thinking it just came out on Tuesday. Forget about it,
They got to get you hyped.
I know. It helps.
Right. So this stuff's coming out. Would have come out a couple days ago. But
True.
if you guys don't catch the drop, here it is. The first one on this list, Death State. I really like that thumbnail. Death State is a roguelike bullet hell adventure set in a bizarre world of dimensional exploration. Play as a number of unique characters trying to discover the fate of Professor Elenberg, who opened a portal to the void. Are you ready to adventure deep into the abyss?
It's a roguelike shooter.
At least tells me what it is
right
there. Roguelike shooter, bizarre world, bunch of unique characters. Cool.
The next one that caught my attention, which is coincidentally the next one, is the Deer God. DEER.
Has a picture of a deer in the logo.
It's kind of a cool looking logo.
Yeah, I like it.
The Deer God is a breathtaking 3D pixel art adventure that will challenge your beliefs and your platforming skills. It is a game about survival, reincarnation, and karma, all set in a breathtaking and unique 3D pixelized world.
It does indeed sound unique.
It does. It sounds like something. I get it.
You don't often have a platforming belief challenging game in the same thing. It's a unique.
It can't be like
a lot
that
of times those are walking
because it is
simulators.
cross-buy between PS4 and PS Vita.
Well, I mean, 3D pixel art, it's almost guaranteed to be cross-buy with Vita at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here you go. This is a big one for people that play these kinds of games. Dragon Ho-Hos.
It's a game about a Nordic Santa.
Dragon Quest Heroes 2 drops a demo. If you guys ever played Dragon Quest.
It's weird to have like a demo on the drop. Maybe it's like that all the time and we've just been recently into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Dragon Quest is like a big enough Japanese franchise that it deserves like being mentioned in the drop. I don't know.
Maybe so. Little Nightmares, PS4, digital retail, out 4/28. Immerse yourself in Little Nightmares, a dark, whimsical tale that will confront you with your childhood fears. Help 6 escape the Maw, a vast, mysterious vessel inhabited by corrupted souls looking for their next meal.
I did watch a little
looks like
trailer
like an
on this.
unnerving.
It is. The trailer for it gives you more of an example. It's kind of like, I wouldn't say horror, but it's definitely suspenseful. You know, it's not like a first-person adventure, right? It's I don't even want to call it a third person. We'll look it up and I'll show you. It looks pretty interesting. It looks like one that would creep me out, like just creepy.
So it looks like it'd be a great Let's Play game.
Not like a scary or jump scare type thing, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Speaking of great Let's Play game, Outlast 2 comes out 2 days ago.
No.
I am seriously considering buying this game.
I don't love the logo. I'll be completely honest.
Did you watch the demo?
I started to, and I peed myself, and I stopped.
So this was in the demo, and if you didn't watch it, spoilers coming up. Spoiler for the Outlast demo. You've been warned.
It shows you the intro level. It's not even like a big.
Come back in like 3 minutes, and we'll be done talking about it. But this scene everybody's talking about where the guy gets his like gentleman sausage hacked off?
Oh.
That's what does it. Oh. The cover art on Outlast 2. Outlast 2 introduces you to Sullivan Noth and his followers who left our wicked world behind to give birth to Temple Gate, a town deep in the wilderness and hidden from civilization. Noth and his flock are preparing for tribulations of the end of times, and you're right in the thick of it.
Nope.
Tells you really nothing about what the game is, if I'm being honest, but
scares your balls
off. Gaming, you know Outlast.
No.
So
hard pass.
There's a solid chance that I'm going to buy this and we're going to play it. Probably won't be playing this one at home alone, but I will play this from the comfort of your couch with you being scared next to me.
I don't want
to. In the Outlast vein, Outlast Trinity also comes out, which is Outlast Whistleblower DLC, and Outlast 2. So if you didn't get a chance to play the last Outlast game,
don't do it.
Before you play Outlast 2, this is a perfect setup for you. I don't want to play the last Outlast game. I watched it. I don't really need to play it. I like the idea of horror games a lot. I think we're going to find out how much neither one of us want horror games at all.
So here's one question I have with Outlast. Outlast Trinity is the same price as Outlast 2. They're both $40. It's interesting. I just looked it up.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, Outlast on PlayStation Store is only like $20.
Yeah, but it's interesting because you would think like full game, $40, 2.5 games, $40.
It's a deal.
It is a good deal.
It's for those people that are like teetering on like, well, I want to kind of get into the Outlast series, but I don't want to play Outlast 2 without playing Outlast 1, which I don't think the two connect to each other, so I don't think it really matters. I've seen the end of Outlast 1. I'm pretty sure they're not connected.
There you go. Outlast 2 review. One of those scariest video games of all time gets a sequel that's even more terrifying.
I am fascinated by scary games and scary movies and scary shows. I just started watching Penny Dreadful. We talked about it last week on the podcast. Started watching it. I'm in the second season.
Wow.
That's
not a long season, I don't think, that first one.
There's 27 total episodes, I think.
Wow, you had a lot of time to watch. That was like a week ago that we talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's 27 total episodes in the series.
Oh,
So there's probably 7 episodes per season.
Okay,
if I'm doing math correctly.
That's fair.
It's
creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unsettling.
Yeah, it's unsettling for sure.
Okay.
Like some of the monsters, like seeing some of the things. I think
I might go back and try it again.
Yeah.
I tried, but it was like 11 o'clock when I watched the first one, and they get to the end of the episode, and I almost peed myself because they were revealing something that was scary, and I just like, this is really cool. I love the concept, but I'm scared of everything now.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I mean, if I had to point out something I don't think is necessary in the show, there's a lot of like pointless nudity and sex scenes in the show. Like through the first season, for most of it, there was a sex scene in every episode. Maybe one was pivotal to the plot.
Interesting.
Maybe one, and I'm like, okay, who cares? Like,
yeah.
Well, it was in my TV.
It was a Showtime show.
So I get it.
Fun fact about Outlast 2. If you're worried about its status as a sequel, Outlast 2 features a completely different set of characters and no obvious connections to the original story. You do still play as an investigative journalist.
Holding a camera, maybe? Or a flashlight?
Camera.
Holding something that is not a weapon, and you won't get a weapon. That was kind of the word I have in mind is downfall. That's not the right word, but Resident Evil 7 was so like scary and nerve-wracking at the front because all you have is yourself. But then you start picking up weapons, and it's kind of like, okay, that kind of took some of the scare out of it. The creepy, like, whatever they're called, molders or whatever, come out of the wall. You just like, pop, done. Like, they're not scared anymore.
Just has some jumps, a little bit jump scare. Yeah. Most survival horror games cast you as an everyman character with little or no combat training. Outlast, like its predecessors, takes that to the extreme by giving you no means to defend yourself at all and no option but to run or hide. Oh boy, I can't wait for that.
Good.
Oh,
some totes getting it.
It's gonna suck.
Mainly because it's only $40. Party on.
That does help.
Moving on. Puyo Puyo Tetris. In the same vein as Outlast 2. No. Two puzzle game juggernauts collide as Tetris, one of the largest selling and recognized brands in history, and Puyo Puyo from Sega have combined to create a fun-to-play, fast-paced, competitive party game like no other.
Weird.
It's Tetris.
It's weird. Yeah, but it's like whatever
what Puyo Puyo
is. It's probably
Let's
like
a... What is Puyo
frantic 4-player puzzle mashup?
I wonder if it's like the Connect Puyo Puyo Wikipedia.
Puyo Wikipedia.
Previously named Puyo Pop North America and European, says tile matching video games.
Oh, so like
by Compound.
Bedazzled or Bejeweled or
yeah, that's kind of what I figured based on the little blobs.
Yeah, okay, that'd be interesting. One I'm interested in. Well, I
just saw River City Melee. I saw. I didn't watch a lot for, but I know River City Rampage was kind of a big deal.
So Shovel Knight is doing their big transition from one game with a bunch of free DLC to different campaigns, slightly cheaper pricing in order to buy the campaigns you want or need or whatever.
Yeah.
So it starts with the Shovel Knight Spectre of Torment. Basically, this is like the big super full edition of everything, and you'll have the stuff coming forward.
Yeah.
And they change everything up. There is a new stuff for the Spectre of Torment for the game if you already own it. Co-op is coming to PlayStation. So that should be pretty awesome. That comes out this week. So yeah, co-op should unlock pretty soon.
I have been
so I'm pretty excited for
watching Spectre of Torment.
Yeah.
And but you play as Spectre Knight.
Right.
But not in the same way you played as Plague Knight in the last DLC. You're not just playing the same game skinned differently. You're playing like a whole different campaign of Spectre Knight running around trying to recruit all the different kind of bad guys from Shovel Knight.
Nice.
So,
fun.
Yeah, just follow that. Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 comes out. PS4 digital and retail.
Could talk about all the things that I wanted, and that was definitely the first one.
Yeah, I mean, Sniper Ghost Warriors. I mean, I know a lot of people. I don't know.
Because that's different than Sniper Elite.
Yes, a game solely based on being a sniper. While it does kind of sound cool, it sounds like it gets old really fast.
Yeah, I feel like eventually it's just another skull to pop.
Yeah, it's full on stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you know something different about it, let me know.
Yeah, I'm sure they have stuff that's like
like this is like you were discovered. Like get out of here, go away.
There's a lot of games coming out this week.
There's a lot of games that are like recognized.
Yeah,
like I've seen a lot for. What Remains of Edith Finch?
Ooh.
I've heard about this for a minute now.
Isn't this one of the there's another like walking simulator type thing?
In the vein of like
Rapture and Limbo.
I might be wrong.
I was thinking like Firewatch or
It might be. I think you're probably more on the cover art. The game art reminds me more of Limbo because it's very like minimalistic in style.
Yeah. Okay.
So What Remains of Edith Finch is a collection of strange tales about a family in Washington State. As Edith, you'll explore the colossal Finch house, searching for stories as she explains her family history and tries to figure out why she's the last one in her family left alive. So it probably is in the same vein as Firewatch,
Into the Rapture or something.
Yeah. Everybody's Gone to the Rapture.
That one.
Gone Home.
Don't like those. I just can't connect with those. Those are really hard for me.
Oh, that game looks like it's going to be a phenomenal failure.
Drink zombie to stay human. Resist luscious zombie cheerleaders, exotic dancers, mimes, and a very suspicious guy in a thong. I don't think we need to tell you what that one's about.
It's about dumb games.
That's ridiculous.
At
least it's at the bottom of the
PlayStation
list.
Store.
And that's it for the drop.
Boom.
Haha.
Drop the mic.
Yep, dropped it.
Say it with confidence.
I did indeed drop the mic. All right, so we are almost done with our podcast, but that's it for video games.
I know you're really excited for us
news
to be
and stuff
done.
like that. But hold on, we've got more.
Hold the phone.
One more.
No
question.
sports news this week.
Nope. Well,
So
there is sports news.
We didn't.
But like, these are the sports that are like more one-sided towards me. Like NHL, the Stanley Cup playoffs going on, and NBA playoffs going on. Both in the first round.
NHL.
Stanley Cup has been
get to watch
awesome in the playoffs. Like there was a series where like all like the first 5 games all went to overtime. It was awesome. There's been multiple series this week that have ended with an overtime goal. It's awesome. Like it's been super crazy, like way more intense than normal first round hockey. So I'm excited for what the Cup playoffs bring. We'll probably talk some more about it in the later rounds of stuff because we'll have more time to like digest it and discuss it and kind of learn some. The Rangers moved on. I need to be excited about that. The Ducks moved on, which makes me excited. So those are great things. So we'll probably talk about those next time. Maybe a time after that. I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows?
And
we
then
get used to actually when we record our podcast on Mondays and not Wednesdays, and
we
research stuff
adjust
more
a
than the
little bit.
afternoon before.
Right. Yeah. The NBA. I mean, playoffs are kind of going like everyone thought they would. Golden State's up 3-0. Cavaliers just finished up the sweep. Celtics somehow pulled even after going down 2-0. They're now back to 2-2. They won 2 on the road after losing 2 at home. So now they have home court advantage again, but they're still going to have to go to at least Game 6. Like there's some interesting storylines. LA Clippers lost Blake Griffin, which sucks because he just every year there's always something that keeps the Clippers from going farther. This year it's going to be Blake Griffin's injury again. It's not his fault. He landed funny and broke his toe. It just stinks.
What a lame way to go out.
It's just and it wasn't even like he didn't get pushed. He was just like maneuvering around a guy, came down, boom, broken foot or broken toe. And so it stinks. I love the NBA. We'll talk more about it in the later rounds when there's less teams to find out information about. And so it makes it easier for some of us to catch up on that stuff.
Some of us. There's 2 of us. One of us knows a lot of the NBA.
There's your mini sports update. I watched playoffs all day Sunday. It was awesome. I just loved it.
I'm in movies all day on Sunday.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
It works out. We both got to do our things.
Exactly. I'll take the day that I had.
I got to play watch basketball and play dominoes.
So to play basketball and watch dominoes.
It's a weird day.
There's a wicked domino tournament on.
All right, before we go, I have got a good question. I saw this online. I thought it was pretty great. What's the craziest conversation you specifically have overheard?
Me specifically.
Not one you've had, one you have overheard, and just like fly on the wall.
Would have been last year. It was at the DMV. And there was a guy who was seasoned, we'll say. He was getting his driver's license updated for the first time in a while. And he was sitting next to a lady that was probably in the same age bracket, we'll say. And he's going over the book, which is he had apparently gone long enough with his license that he needed to like redo a test. And so he's reading up on traffic laws because they've changed since the old horse and buggy days.
Subtle.
Well, he wasn't quite that old, but it's just the way they were talking about it. So they get to the page we're talking about roundabouts. If if you don't know what roundabouts are, because all of a sudden I feel the need to explain what they are. When you pull up, it's a circle in the middle of the road. So the road forks off to the right here in America because we drive on the right side of the road. By right, I mean correct.
Mm-hmm.
Drive go on. Off the right side of the road, and then there's just usually 4 outlets. Sometimes there's more on really big ones, but the idea is it keeps traffic moving. So instead of a stop sign, intersection, or traffic light, all the traffic keeps moving. You come up to, you yield to something in the intersection. If there's nothing, you just get to keep rolling.
Yep.
These are familiar to me. I've grown up around them.
Yep.
I've been on them my whole life. These two people, he looks at her and goes, "What? You ever seen something like that before?" She goes, "No. I don't think they have those in Nebraska." I was just like, "They do. There's probably 10 of them here in Omaha. And there's more in Lincoln. And I guarantee you the small towns out in western Nebraska have them. Because every small town's like, we should put in a roundabout.
Yep.
It's like only $5 million. Let's put in a roundabout." Meanwhile, the rest of the town's falling apart. But look at this cool roundabout.
And they always do it like in the side streets, right?
Yeah,
like
just some random street where there's not a neighborhood yet. Because like, we're going to develop out there. It's like, well, you should develop a population first and then worry about putting in roundabouts. But it's just,
I feel like they're pretty common.
Just like blew my mind that people that have been around for that long don't know what roundabouts are. My dad calls them idiot circles, because this is where you find out the people that don't know how to drive. You just like roll up and they just sit there and wait. There's no traffic coming, and it's like, it's a yield sign. Like, it doesn't mean you have to stop. It means you stop when someone's in the way. It's just, I was sitting in there with my wife, and I was like, did they really just say that they've never seen roundabouts before? She's like, I think they did.
It's crazy.
It's just the weirdest thing. What about you, James?
It's hard.
Were you struck with inspiration?
I've been thinking about it, and it's tough because a lot of times I have trained myself over the years when I start to hear a dumb conversation or like a conversation that I know if I keep listening to, I'm going to say something. I have learned to just stop listening because it's not safe for anyone. Because I would consider myself a very
NSFJ, not safe for James.
Right. I consider myself a very restrained person, and I know like when to rein it in and like when to bring it back and just like hold it in, right? Because I work in tech support. Like I come across situations like that all the time. People say things and they just don't understand what's going on, or they just
high-powered morons.
Yeah, exactly. And so I know that there are things that I can say and there are things that I can't. So when I hear conversations that come up, it's really, really important for me to like pull back and be like, no, James, just don't. There's one, I wouldn't say I overheard it, but
were you just like part of it, not participating?
I was. So it was kind of like an unbelievable scenario. Like this guy's phone, like he said that he would delete emails on his phone and it wouldn't sync up with his computer. I'm like, okay,
fair enough.
There are a couple of options here. So it's like, okay, let's take your email off of your phone completely and put it back on, right? Just start over. Well, that didn't work. I was like, okay, and you've restarted your phone recently. Well, that didn't change anything. And I was like, and what if you delete it on your computer? Does it delete on your phone? He said, no, it doesn't do it either way. I'm like, okay.
There's a situation here that needs fixing.
I'll tell you a little bit about how Exchange servers work and like just Microsoft-based email. Like it either works or like nothing works, right? You don't just have random things not happening.
Yeah.
So I still haven't fixed it because I know what's wrong, but it's just I can't tell him.
You get paid to know what's wrong.
There's something. What I am sure happened is that at one point he deleted something somewhere or moved it to a different folder, and it didn't immediately do it on the other side, which is fine. It takes a couple minutes sometimes, and so he automatically applied that to every scenario in his head to be like, nope, always does that every time. I can't delete anything here. It's always here. I don't understand. It's like, that's what he's doing. And like, I know it because this is not like, there are things that break in really unexpected ways. This is not one of those things. There are like 2 or 3 outcomes right here, and we've gone through them all. And I'm either like, he is telling the truth. There's no way he's telling the truth about everything, right?
Yeah.
Either he's telling the truth about what's happening and he didn't take it off his phone and he didn't restart his phone, or he did all those things and it's not actually happening, but he saw it happen once and applied it to every situation. There's something not right here. Like there's not.
Yeah.
Like
there's a lie in here.
You're lying in some, whether you know it or not, you are lying.
Lying to your IT person, IT coordinator, is the computer equivalent of lying to your doctor.
I just don't get
like,
it. Like,
there's no benefit to it. Like, if you were being an idiot, it's okay. Like, I guarantee you, the IT person has seen worse, has seen number of people, and if not, cool. Now you're the best at something.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like, if you ever like go to your IT guy and are worried about telling them something, like, they've always seen worse, and they really don't care. They want to fix it, and they want to move on from it. So there's no point in like me giving you instruction and you replying automatically saying, "Oh, I already did that," because I know you didn't do it. You didn't just. It's not a 5-minute process to do it, and you just replied 30 seconds after I sent it. Like, I know you didn't do it. Like, it's pretty obvious. So, like, I'm not stupid, but I just don't care if, like, you think, oh man, that's so easy and stupid. That's definitely not it. Like, no.
A lot of times it is.
Like, did you go to school? Did you go get certifications and go through training and do all these things in order to know these things?
Yeah.
You didn't? Then shut up and listen. Like, I could do a rant video on it. It's ridiculous. It's just... So that's one that I was dealing with today. Like, that's I have stuff like that almost every day. And my wife always asks me, she's like, "Oh, how was your work today?" And I was like, "It's good." Because I block it out. I push it away. Because if I just sit there and like absorbed all of the things that I like have to deal with and listen to, like, I'd probably go crazy. So I learned to compartmentalize and put that away and shove it in the trash bin and compact it and set it on fire and put it out to pasture.
Well, it's funny you mentioned, we were just talking about lying, and it just it made me think of the worst lie I've ever had in a conversation.
Yeah.
Not me personally, but when I've been told, and one they tried to convince me of. I guess it probably wasn't a lie, but it wasn't true. I can tell you that. I get a call from this guy when I was living in Kansas City, and I pick it up, and he asked for someone. To this day, I have no idea what he said. I just know I heard, "Is it there?" And I was like, "No, I think you might have the wrong number." He's like, "Well, hang on, no, it is. Is this person there?" And I'm like, "No, like, I don't know anyone by that name, I don't think. So they're not here." Well, and he goes, "Was this Kevin?" "No, I think you have the wrong number." He's like, "No, I have the right number. What? Are you sure? Like, are you sure my daughter's not there?" I'm like, "Man, I am 100% sure she's not here. You have the wrong number." He's like, "No, I don't have the wrong number. Where do you live?" I was like, "I don't think this is pertinent to conversation. I'm not going to tell you. I think I'm sure you have the wrong number at this point." He's like, "No, it's the right number. Just hang on." And he hangs up. I'm like, that was weird. And like 15 minutes later, I get a phone call from the same number. I'm like, "Hello?" And he's like, "Is this Kevin?" I was like, "No, it's still me. You still have the wrong number." And he's like, "I don't have the wrong number. I don't know what's going on." I was like, "Well, talk to you later, I guess." I hung up the phone. Normally I'll block those numbers, but I didn't, because about 2 months ago he called me again. And it's like, and I recognize it just like pops up as like a Leavenworth County number. It pops up. I'm like, "Hello," and he's like, "So and so there." I was like, "Nah, it's still the wrong number." And he's like, "Oh." Hangs up the phone. I was like, "Good luck."
That's pretty good.
I love it. No, it's just like I just hope throughout the years he keeps calling me. Maybe I'll develop a friendship with this guy. Like, "Hey man, he's still not here. Still my number, not theirs." But anyways,
that's awesome.
That's gonna wrap it up for this week, guys.
That's gonna wrap it up for this week, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
I think I know what the end episode bonus should be. And it's me trying to start the podcast 3 times in a row.
That's true.
Oh my goodness.
Been a rough day for Jake, apparently.
It has. There's no speaking today to be done. But podcast every week, Thursday mornings-ish. You follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on VidMe, follow us on Twitter. You'll keep up to date with all the videos we put out. We do Let's Plays on Mondays and Fridays. We have a vlog series that goes up on Wednesdays. We'll be doing another Inverted Reality Life video soon. We'll be at Comic-Con this weekend. So tomorrow and Saturday, we'll be at Planet Comic-Con.
Pause.
Oop, pausing. Well, not pausing the episode. I'll just be here with you guys. How you doing? How's your day been? It's Monday for me. That's why I'm having so many issues. I didn't sleep great last night. I was shooting a short film all weekend. I was exhausted. I just got hit with a shirt. It's been a weird day. Trying to, like... and sleep good. We got these new sheets, and they keep like pulling up off the corner of the bed, and so I'm like getting super. Well, it's like
you got new sheets.
They pull up on the they're new sheets that we just got, and they keep pulling up off the corner of the bed. So I wake up at 3 a.m, sweating like crazy because I'm not sleeping on a sheet anymore. I'm just sleeping on the mattress, and I'm mad because I can't pull the sheet up because I'm too tired to lift my body up off the bed.
Sweet. So we got our marketing stuff in. It's pretty exciting.
Marketing.
So we'll be handing these out.
Sure we can see this
at our Comic-Con. So we've got these sweet business cards, right? So just talks about what we do, and then like our social media stuff there. Pretty cool. I'm excited about them. They look super professional.
I think I'm most excited about, if I'm being.
And then we also got. Oh yeah,
this way.
That's
shirt.
Yep, that's our.
I'm looking at it.
That's our shirt. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So we just have one for me and one for Jakey Jake over here. So we'll be wearing
two matching
these.
Idiots.
Yeah, we'll be
around the Kansas City Convention
wearing these around the convention center.
But there, your dog speaking there.
And just to just free marketing. Look at our backs, and you can see our link, and you can see our things on the front. You'd be like, "Wow, those two guys are really cool. They walk around the same shirt. Let's go talk to them."
They're matching. I'll have red and black all over. I just got new shoes this weekend that are also red and black. I have a hat that's red and black.
Nice. That's good. That's good. I'll probably wear my Chiefs hat, honestly.
That's a good idea.
Have my gray one.
In Kansas City, we'll finally.
I'll bring my Royals hat as well.
Hats won't stick out.
I'll swap hats.
Gotta
wear different hats. I mean, we're gonna be wearing the same clothes.
It's true. We're gonna wear the same shirt.
Yeah.
All right. But anyways, follow us on Twitter. Stay up to date on what we're doing. We'll put out a video of our adventure in Kansas City. But until next time, thanks for hanging out, guys.
Bye.
All right, bing. Hello and welcome to Points of Interest. I'm one of your hosts. Wow. Hello and welcome to Hello.
Oh man,
I'm gonna get it.
You got this.
All right.